All right, the Detroit Lions have quietly made two smart moves, and we're going to break that down in this video and would love to know your opinion, your thoughts in the comments as we go along on this video because Craig and I read your comments. May not respond to them all, but we read them and other people read them. So it's really good to see your thoughts in there. And again, we're going to go live for the draft. Make sure you join us on that. It's a lot of fun. Thursday, 8 o'clock here in a couple weeks, week and a half or so. And we go live. It's super interactive and it's a lot of fun. It's the best way to watch the draft for sure. Okay. What you're looking at here is those top 30 visits. And what's weird about the top 30 visits to me is it's how secretive they are. I don't know if it's so interesting how more and more we get a peek behind the curtain in a lot of different things. But for whatever the reason, the top 30 visits, you got to like kind of do investigative style reporting to find it. So shout out from, you can see they've put on here their sources and how they know this. And usually it's a tweet here. You see a guy on a plane. It's like, all right, I don't know why it's so like secretive. It's kind of interesting stuff. And especially we don't have much to talk about here in these next 2 weeks. So it'd be nice to know who's visiting and that sort of thing. But it also is weird because it does matter and it does show you a lot of things, but it also, you can only, you got 30 visits and you're only going to draft 6 people. So sometimes you don't even meet with that person. But anyway, it shows you what the team is thinking. Look at this. Corner. Clearly, we have a need at corner, and we're checking out all these guys, and that's really, really good. And it's, par for the course, kind of what we would expect. We really were trying to get better at corner. We had kind of gotten there. We had gotten there, really. And then the Cam Sutton stuff, and it's like, man, he's really a starting corner. And when you're already weak at corner, you lose him. So we know that we're going to get a corner. But that's not the moves I'm talking about. The two smart moves that I think I love is that they're looking at D tackle. So they've brought in Michael Hall and Johnny Newton. He goes by Johnny Newton from Illinois. They brought them in as well. So you would think, man, we're good at D tackle. Like we got Aleem McNeil and we just got DJ Reader. Like, what's up? We're good. We also got the other guys that didn't play a lot last year that they're just going to develop and we'll be good. We got Levi, we got Broderick Martin. And I think Brad Holmes is like, no, we have to get defensive line right. And this shows me that he's focused on that and he's going to be, that's a priority. So corner is a priority, but D tackle, D line is such a priority because you look at it, he saw Aaron Donald. He drafted Aaron Donald. The difference that makes on your team, enormous. So if you look at the Ohio State guy that's coming in, they brought him in, and I love this. Michael Hall, Ohio State defensive tackle Michael Hall, along with quarterbacks Carson and Pritchard, are scheduled to visit the team's Allen Park facility ahead of the NFL draft. Perfect. He logged 24 tackles with 2 tackles for loss and only 1.5 sacks. In a career at Ohio State, he had 10 tackles for loss and 6 sacks in his career. So that was just last season. So nothing crazy. But this is why you bring him in. You see something. Brad Holmes is looking. So I love the focus in on defensive line. If the defensive line is good, that makes the corners better. Everyone's focused on the corners, rightfully so. I mean, they just struggled so much, but what the heck? Aiden Hutchinson, he's trying. He's just him. Aleem McNeil, it's not his job to get to the passer. I mean, it's nice, and he did a few times, and that's great. But he's to stop the run. He's playing that interior. But we can't count on him to get sacks, is what I'm saying, or get pressures. Like we need more than just those 2 guys. And so when you got DJ Reader, he's more of a run stuffer. So it's like, man, you can see Brad Holmes is trying. Levi, Broderick Martin. I need somebody that can get in there. I need another person. So I love the move to bring in and really look at and find defensive tackles. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on that, because Hall is a day 2 grade from the Athletic. Dan Brugler says he's a day 2 guy, while Carson is a 3rd and 4th round grade. That's the the corners. The Lions have placed an emphasis on improving their defense this offseason. Carlton Davis, Amik Robertson, DJ Reader. But you can see that they are still focused. You can see here's Johnny, what's his name? Johnny Newton, Illinois defensive tackle. Again, a guy that's not well known, a guy that Brad Holmes is like, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to find these diamonds in the rough that I love it. Newton, unlikely to be on the board when the Lions have their scheduled pick at 29 overall, but the GM has never been shy about trading around to get his guys. Love it. So if you go to Tankathon, so wait, they're saying Newton is better than I thought. He says it's unlikely that he's on the board. Help me out. It's unlikely he's on the board. I'm looking through here he is right here at 35. That's kind of like right in our wheelhouse right there. So he's not, so he's better than I thought. He's better than I thought, but he's definitely not going to be gone by the time we pick. Could be, but point is Darius Robinson, Newton, Devondre Sweat. Oh, I even like Edrin Cooper. He's kind of like a D end, is what they're saying. But my point is this: that if the Lions have a chance to take a defensive lineman early, like they're gonna, and that's one that we just haven't really, we've kind of lost focus on. Now, D end, of course, defensive tackle, but by bringing in all those corners and then the rest of the guys were D linemen, it's telling me we're not done on defense, which we shouldn't be, and we all get that. But don't lose sight that Brad Holmes loves a good defensive line and wants to get one. And I think in his mind, he's missed on that. Bad. And we know he's missed, but I think he's really like not cool with it because Broderick Martin just didn't get on the field last year. Levi's been injured. That was Brad Holmes' like first pick. Remember, he took Penei Sewell, and then the next one was Levi. And he's not, because the Penei Sewell pick was a great pick, but you know, we picked early and it was kind of a given. But this one, it just feels like he's missed on the D line and he really wants to get that right. So I love that the Lions are focused on that in the top 30 visits and like make that happen and make that right. And this team is, oh my gosh, so interesting to watch a team that is so good offensively to just clean it up and be consistent defensively. The sky's the limit for this team. We know they're going to be good, but we know that they also have a first place schedule, so they're going to be playing other good teams. The schedule is going to be harder. Teams, they're not going to surprise teams. People know what they're getting with the Lions, which is a great thing. We're a good team. Like it's going to be awesome, but let's go. I mean, the offense is going to be awesome and the defense is much improved. So let me know your thoughts in the comments.